Hello, and welcome to my presentation on Holism. What do you see? Do you see the whole me? Am I pieces? Am I whole? Am I in conflict? Am I dead center? What does that mean? Adler stumbled upon the term holism. He didn't create it, but once he did, he realized that this was the perfect word to describe who we really are. Most often, we judge. What do the eyes see? You see a whole sweater made up of tiny little pieces, right? Stitches, fibers. Well, Adler argues that we are indivisible. We are whole. I think many of us struggle to understand that due to the current mood. It's almost 2020 for a variety of reasons and certainly many judgments. We are conflicted ourselves. But again, what do we see? How do we perceive? How do we process? And then be the love that is the universal goal of all of us. Time is a really good question. Are you not often pressed for time, running out of time, wish you had more time? Well, that's normal. It's very normal. And there are just many ways to look at life. Here's a little heart. What do you know of me? What do you know of my heart? Is it broken? Is it in many pieces? Is it whole? I will say a little bit more about that. But first, I'd like to talk about my favorite necklace. Here it is. From way back here, it's just a simple necklace. But the closer you look, you will see it is full of little pieces, but it is contained because it is indivisible. It is whole. I have another necklace that I wore for years and years and years that is now what one might say broken. I still see it as beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beads that can, of course, be restored to its whole. So what's the point of this? Am I making any sense? Oftentimes we have feelings, we have thoughts, we have actions that do not sum up who we are. Those are moments in time. Obviously here in Minnesota, it's very obvious with the season changing, 4 seasons, very deliberate change. We're feeling it right now, going from fall to winter. You might be wondering what you see behind me, and I'm happy to guide you through a better look. At first glance, you might see a picture of Colette, very happy, smiling, taking a selfie. I wonder what she's thinking. I wonder what she's feeling. Where is she going with this furry cardigan on? There's a lot more to Colette than meets the eye. Here, in this activity of soul collage, we unpack what is going on deep inside. And in this specific situation, you'll see a severed head. You'll see a goose choking on her own words. That was the representation for me anyway. A sad elephant, not knowing what to do. judgment, what meets the eye, a burning desire for connectivity and peace, and then a window of hope, a window into the soul. As we speak about Adlerian holism, you might be wondering why I am bringing up the soul. Well, this is one of the reasons that I'm very attracted to Adlerian psychology. Freud did not include the soul. Adler understands that it is a part of the whole. Many people know about the life tasks. We have the love task, the career task, the work task, and then our community. How do we belong? Who are we? And how do these all fit together? Oh, well, now that I'm holding hands, here's another very interesting distinction. Freud believes that this struggle, right? I'm holding my own hands and then pulling, that it's conflict. It has something to do with the pieces, the instincts, the motivators, or as I understand it, the pieces. And again, Adler supports himself in that you can hold your own hands dead center. You do not have to fall apart, if you will. You don't have to pull this way or this way. And isn't this a wonderful holistic approach to keeping your own center? When we think about elderly people on their deathbed, I hope you haven't had the pleasure yet, but when you do, you will have this moment of crystal clarity, of pure love. This is my experience anyways with my grandmother. And she wasn't worried. She didn't think about when I threw tantrums as a little girl. She didn't think about how many hours she worked to provide for her family and when she was hungry or hangry. She thought about her legacy. She thought about how many beautiful crystals she gifted to me as part of my whole. And going back to the universal goal of love, this is why holism is so excellent. It gifts you with belonging. It allows you to see clearly and see the whole person. One moment. Excuse me. It truly allows you. You'll see in my slide a collection of rooftops. And when I see this picture, I think to myself, what a beautiful community. But more often than not, we think, which one is the nicest house? Which one can I have for myself? And we believe that this is what creates happiness. But if we look less on the outside and more on the inside, and we look more at the collection of parts of an individual person, rather than just looking at their selfie, don't you think it's possible that we can have a global community? And we can achieve this universal goal of love? I do. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation on holism, and I hope it gives you with one insight, one way to connect yourself, to have a refreshed perception, and most importantly, to love and give love. Thank you so much.